Hello, hello. My name is Mike. I'm back. I hope you're doing well and having a good day. I am back to the grind. Nose to the grindstone, as they say. Python crash course. Eric Maths, however you pronounce it. Grinding along here. We are officially a fifth of the way done with the book. Let's give it a round of applause. Round of applause to everybody involved. Round of applause. We've come this far. We got to keep going. Need to follow through to my commitments to myself. Follow through to yourself and your own commitments. Don't give up. Previously, I believe I did some work off stream. What do you know? Did a little bit of reading on the train this morning. Learned about nesting, lists inside of dictionaries, dictionaries inside of lists, and ultimately dictionaries inside of dictionaries. I was guided. The former seemed pretty easy, but the latter, the dictionary inside of dictionary, I was warned that this can kind of cause issues if you make things too complicated, which I can see how. You just get a lot of syntax involved, and I don't know, it seems like it could be problematic. So I'm actually on page 111, the try it yourself section, and starting with 6-7 people on page 111 of chapter 6. So, to start things off here, let's just go ahead. Actually, I want to bring my book up. Let me go ahead and grab like a weight or something to put on this. My phone. All right. Okay. All right. Hope you're doing well, as I said earlier. Hope your day's going well. Okay, 6-7 people on page 111. So let's go ahead and create a new file. 6-7 people dot py. Okay. So it wants us to start with the program you wrote for exercise 6-1 person. Okay, let's copy this over into here. Make 2 new dictionaries representing different people and store all 3 dictionaries in a list called people. Start with your program you wrote for exercise 6-1. Make 2 new dictionaries representing 2 different people. And store all 3 dictionaries in a list called people. Okay. So in order to do this, make 2 new dictionaries. Okay. So let's go like this. People is equal to a dictionary, but we have a list. Like so. So I wanted 2 new dictionaries. So we need a comma here to represent that dictionary is closed. Like so. Okay, new dictionary. just going to copy this dictionary actually over and replace the values. So F name, John. L name would be Doe, age 30. Oops. Age would be 30 in this case. And city, Sacramento. Okay. So there is that one. Now here's this. F name. James Smith. 45. And he's from Los Angeles. Okay, like so. Loop through your list of people. Loop through your list of people. As you loop through the list, print everything you know about each person. Okay, so for person and people, print person. So I print person, what happens? Person. So this just loops through each of our dictionaries and prints the person, basically, because each one of these represents a person. Okay. I think that's it, basically, right? We have Michael, jump 1. Print, okay, so let's say, let's create a string here to make it more readable. So, for person and people, we want F name, L name, so it'll be first name, last name is okay, so we gotta go to person, index into person, F name, person, comma, L name, is person, index into person, quote, age, years old and and is from person, city, like so. Okay. So then after that, we want to print a new line. Michael Deming is 25 years old and is from Portland. John Doe is 30 years old and is from Sacramento. James Smith is 45 years old and is from Los Angeles. Sweet. Nice. That's awesome. This one print. Nice. Okay, 6-8 pets. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna open up chapter 6, new file, 6-8 pets.py. Okay. Make several dictionaries where each dictionary represents a different pet. In each dictionary, include the kind of animal and the owner's name. Okay. Pet. Okay, actually, so Sky, which is the pet's name. Oh, pet. Pets. Stored in a list called pets. So we're gonna make a list here. Create some room. Okay, so we want to have a dictionary here. Like so, with the first key being name, and the value of name being sky, blue. Quote, owner is equal to Michael Deming. All right. Okay. Just the owner's name, the kind of animal, and the owner's name. Breed or type. Dog. Okay. So then we're going to duplicate this dictionary. Create a new one. It's like so. It's going to be lady, kitty, lady, Michael Doom, cat. Okay. for pet and pets. If pet, no, print f string, so we want to print pets name. For pet's name. We want this dot title. Is a pets quote type. And it is So this says trace back to most recent call last. Print pet's name. Oh, pet. And then you call the pet. Sky Blue is a dog, and their owner is, so we want to do just in case. So Sky Blue is a dog, and their owner is boom. Cool. 6-8 completed. 6-9 dash favorite places. Okay. 6-9 favorite places. Make a dictionary called favorite underscore places. Think of 3 names to use as keys in the dictionary. So favorite places is a dictionary. Three names to use as keys. Okay. Like so. Okay. And store one of 3 favorite places for each person. One to 3. Okay, think of a name. So Michael. Sky Blue. And Miss Kitty Lady. Alright, so Michael, my favorite places are, quote, beach, camping, and like being home. Okay. Sky Blue's favorite place are the, she loves to go to the beach as well. She loves to go to the water, to the lake. And she likes to go to the park. Kitty Lady, on the other hand, she just likes to stay at home. Okay. To make this exercise a bit more interesting, ask some friends to name a few of their favorite places. Whatever. Loop through the dictionary and print each person's name and their favorite places. Okay, for person, person and places in favorite places dot items to unpack it. For person, places, and favorite places items, I'm going to print person favorite places are okay. So if we clear out this, run. When printing, so let me look up when printing keys and values. When printing a list, how to remove list format. Join? We haven't learned about it yet. No. No. So right now this currently does what we want, but it kind of prints it pretty ugly via this. It actually prints a list. So what if I go stir places like so? Will that print? No. Let me open up the tried and true Mr. Chat Gypped Chat Armpit. Come on now. Place that bad boy in there. Looks like trying to create a script that prints each person's favorite place from a dictionary. Here's a corrected version of your code. Person's favorite places are. Oh, joining the function then. Can you? So let me actually print. How about we print a slice of places? All of them. No, that doesn't work. Let's ask Jibita if there's a different way. Can you do this without using the join? Oh. How did he do it? I know he did it in here somewhere. So, for name languages and favorite languages dot items, print name. Yeah. Oh, he did two separate for loops in that one. Okay. So let's go about this a different way here. R. Okay, like so. Then we want to print four places in. Oh, he didn't unpack. Wait, did he? So he has the for loop in here for places. Okay, so he loops through the list itself now. So for person, places, in favorite places, for place in places, print place. Like so. And just to be safe, let's put dot title here. Let's put dot title here. So now, if we clear this out and run the program, Michael's favorite places are, boom. We want to add a new line here. No. New line here. New line here. So if I clear this, get rid of this actually. Boom. Michael's favorite places are. Sky's favorite places are. Kitty's favorite places are. Cool. He actually indented. How did he indent again? It's a syntax. Backslash tab. So here we want a backslash tab. Like so. Boom. Yes. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so back to the try it yourself. These are getting pretty long and lengthy, but it's more practice, so gotta do it. More practice, the better. Okay, 6-10. Favorite numbers. Modify your program from exercise 6-2. So each person can have more than one favorite number. Then print each person's name along with their favorite numbers. What's favorite number? 6-2. Not numbers. Favorite numbers. Ones. Okay. 6-2. Copy it. Boom. So we want to make it so they can have multiple favorite numbers. 23. Like 1. Jones, you got a favorite number 25. 88. 100. James has got a favorite number 100. 101. And Jordan's got a favorite number 23, obviously, and what other number did he wear? 12? 12? 23 and 12. Since there's not some commas here. Alright, for person and numbers in favorite numbers items. Let's unpack this. Print person apostrophe s favorite number are following for number in numbers. We want to print the numbers boom. Alright, that one's done. 6-11 dash cities. Alright, cities.py. Make a dictionary called cities. Use the name of 3 cities as keys in your dictionary. Create a dictionary of information about each city, and then include the country that the city is in. What? Make a dictionary called cities. Okay. Use the name of 3 cities as keys to your dictionary. Okay. Portland. Los Angeles. And then Chicago. Okay. Create a dictionary of information about each city and include that. So make a dictionary, create a dictionary. Population, country, USA. Population. Portland population 635,000. And then one fact. Known as the City of Roses. Hey, stop your barking now. Hey, easy. Chill, chill, chill. Easy now, doggo. Okay, Los Angeles, Chicago. Like that, okay. Country USA. Los Angeles is gonna be a crap ton of people. 3.8 million. Ugh. 3.8. 3,822,000. Fact. Los Angeles, fact. First city to reach 10 million residents. First city to reach I can have 10 million residents when it was a population of 382,000. location of Hollywood. Sure, whatever. Okay, Chicago, USA. 2.65 million. Man, Portland is small. Wow. That's crazy. Hey, come on now. Known as no. Okay. Chicago. Facts. Third largest city. Okay. The keys for each city's dictionary should be something like country, population, fact. Print the name of each city and all the information stored about it. For city and cities. Print. City. Is located the located in the index into the country. It's located in info country, and has a population of info pop print city. A fun fact about the city is info index fact. Okay. So what I just typed out here is we have a dictionary of cities. Inside of each dictionary is a key of the city name. And the value of the key is various information about a city, and that happens to be in the form of another dictionary. So the values are country, population, and fact, which are nested keys inside of the key Portland. With this for loop down here, I'm hoping that we can just do both at the start rather than sandwich the print statements in between two for loops. So maybe we can just do both at the start. For city and information in the city and items, it's going to unpack the key Portland to city and unpack the value, which is all of this, into the variable information as its own dictionary in city items, right? So for the info and information, print, so we're going to loop through the dictionary in the value here, also known as information. We're going to loop through it. So for info and information, we're going to print the city from the first for loop is located on the we're going to index into the info here and print the info's country value. We're going to print and has a population of the info's population value. And then, because I ran out of room, we're also going to print a fun fact about the city, unpacked variable city, key, is info, fact indexed. And so what we'll do here, like that, create a new line for every single one, and be done with it. Boom. Oh, no. Info country. String indices must be integers, not str. So why is this giving me a problem here? A city is located, info has a population of. A fun fact about city is, so if I were to just get rid of this, will it print? No. Every single one of these is having problems. Okay. Something like this. Maybe I don't need. Okay, so what do I do here? So Portland is located in the USA and it has a population of. Fun fact about Portland is. Location. Hollywood. Third largest city in the USA. Known as the City of Roses. Is so let's get rid of these. So Portland is located in the USA and has a population of 635,000. Of about a fun fact about Portland is it is known as the quote City of Roses. Los Angeles is located in the USA and has a population of about 3.822 million. A fun fact about Los Angeles is that it is the location of Hollywood. Chicago is located in the USA and has a population of 2.665 million. A fun fact about Chicago is that it is the third largest city in the USA. These are getting longer and longer the more stuff you gotta write out, but it's giving me good practice here. Cool. So that's that. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the last one of this problem set. 6-12-extensions.py. 6-10. Okay. Extensions.py. We're now working with examples that are complex enough that they can be extended in a number of ways. Use one of the example programs from this chapter and extend it by adding new keys and values, changing the context of the program, or improving the formatting of the output. Okay. So we'll do this one here. So users is equal to a dictionary with the first key being AEINSTEIN, with the value of being another dictionary with first is quote Albert, quote second or last is quote EINSTEIN, and location is Princeton. Okay, so copy this over. No, like so. This person's key username is gonna be mcurie. First name is Marie or Mary. Curie for last. Location, Paris. So this was the script of one of the examples that was provided. Okay. So let's just print out a sentence like we did before. So for user name and information in users items. Let's unpack it. Print f string first. Okay, no, this is gonna be information. Index information. Quote first. Information. Quote last. As a user name of username is username and are located in information for location. Okay. New line at the beginning of each one. No, not at the beginning, at the end of each one. Print this. Albert Einstein's username, so we want to do the title for both of these. Okay, we want to do key error first. I'm not trying to title first, I'm trying to dot title the actual value. Boom. Albert Einstein's username is Einstein and is he and they are located are quote Sweet. Like so. Perfect. Wow, that was a long one. That was a lot of problems. 6, 7 through 12 there. But we did it. So in this one, we basically just wanted to improve the print statement into a full sentence. For username, user info, username, print user. Okay, cool. All right, so summary. In this chapter, you learn how to define a dictionary and how to work with the information stored in a dictionary. You learn how to access and modify individual elements in a dictionary and how to loop through all of the information in a dictionary. You learn how to loop through a dictionary's key value pairs and its keys and its values. You also learn how to nest multiple dictionaries in a list, nest lists in a dictionary, and even nest a dictionary inside of another dictionary. In the next chapter, you'll learn about while loops and how to accept input from people who are using your programs. This will be an exciting chapter because you'll learn how to make all of your programs interactive and they'll be able to respond to user input. Ooh, dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Okay, how long have we been going for? 1 hour and 2 here. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, I'll just start chapter 7 here, just to start it. Most programs are written to solve an end user's problem. To do so, you usually need to get some information from the user. For example, say someone wants to find out whether they're old enough to vote. If you write a program to answer this question, you'll need to know the user's age. Before you can provide an answer, the program will need to ask the user to enter or input their age. Once the program has this input, it can compare it to the voting age to determine if the user is old enough and then report the result. In this chapter, you'll learn how to accept user input from your program, so your program can then work with it. When your program needs a name, you'll be able to prompt the user for a name. When your program needs a list of names, you'll be able to prompt the user for a series of names. To do so, you'll use the input function. You'll also learn how to keep programs running as long as users want them to, so they can enter as much information as possible, or much information as they need to. Then, your program can work with that information. You'll use Python's while loop to keep programs running as long as certain conditions remain true. With the ability to work with user input and the ability to control how long your programs run, you'll be able to write fully interactive programs. Cool. The input function and how it works. The input function pauses your program and waits for the user to enter some text. Once Python receives the user's input, it assigns that input to a variable to make it convenient for you to work with. Okay, so we got a new function here. Let's go up here to our top functions. Input. Input, what does it do? Pauses your program and waits for the user to enter some text. Pauses the program and waits for the user to enter some text. For example, the following program asks the user to enter some text, then displays that message back to the user. Message equals input, tell me something and I will repeat it back to you. Print message. The input function makes one argument, the prompt, that we want. Okay. So that was the argument. Prompt. Argument. The prompt argue is
the prompt that we want to display to the user, so they know what kind of information is needed. Okay, whatever. In this example, when Python runs the first line, the user sees the prompt, "Tell me something and I will repeat it back to you." The program waits while the user enters the response and continues after the user presses enter. The response is assigned to the variable message, and then print message displays the input back to the user. So they entered "hello everyone" and printed out "hello everyone." Some text editors won't run programs that prompt the user for input. You can use these editors to write programs that prompt for input, but you'll need to run these programs from a terminal. See Running Python Programs from a Terminal on page 11. Writing clear prompts. Each time you use the input function, you should include a clear, easy-to-follow prompt that tells the user exactly what kind of information you're looking for. Any statement that tells the user what to enter should work. For example, name equals input, please enter your name. Print hello name. Add a space at the end of your prompt after the colon in the preceding example to separate the prompt from the user's response and to make it clear to the user where to enter the text. For example, please enter your name, colon, space, and the user has Eric. Hello, Eric. Sometimes you'll want to write a prompt that's longer than one line. For example, you might want to tell the user why you're asking for a certain input. You can assign your prompt to a variable and pass that variable to the input function. This allows you to build your prompt over several lines, then write a clean input statement. In this example shows one way to build a multi-line string. The first line assigns the first part of the message to the variable prompt. In the second line, the operator plus equals takes the string that was assigned to the prompt and adds the new string to the end. Okay. So you can append basically strings onto and add strings to a variable by just using the plus equals operator as you would to numbers. Okay. In the second line, the operator plus equals takes the string that was assigned to the prompt and adds the new string onto the end. The prompt now spans 2 lines, again with space after each question mark for clarity. If you share your name, you can personalize the message you see. What's your name? Eric. Okay. Using int to accept numerical input. When you use the input function, Python interprets everything the user enters as a string. Consider the following. Okay, so Python interprets or returns as a string. Turns the user input as a string. So we can use the int function okay. When you use the input function, Python interprets everything the user enters as a string. Consider the following interpreter session, which asks for the user's age. Age equals input, how old are you? 21, age equals 21. The user enters the number 21, but when we ask Python for the value of the age, it returns, quote, 21, close quote, the string representation of the numerical value entered. We know Python interpreted the input as a string because the number is now enclosed in quotes. If all you want to do is print the input, this works well, but if you want to try to use the input as a number, you'll get an error. Type error. When you try to use the input, do I have type error on here? No. Type error. When you try to use the input to do numerical comparison, Python produces an error because it can't compare a string to an integer. The string, quote, 21 that's assigned to age can't be compared to the numerical value of 18. Okay. We can resolve this issue by using the int function, which converts the input string to a numerical value. This allows the comparison to run successfully. In this example, when we enter 21 at the prompt, Python interprets the number as a string, but the value is then converted to a numerical representation by int. Now Python can run the conditional test. It compares age, which now represents the numerical value 21, and 18 to see if age is greater than or equal to 18. This test evaluates to true. How do you use the int function in an actual program? Consider a program that determines whether people are tall enough to ride a roller coaster. Height equals input, how tall are you, in inches. Height equals int height. If height greater than or equal to 48, you're tall enough to ride. Else print you will be able to ride when you're a little older, or a little taller, I guess. Your program can compare height to 48 because height equals int height converts the input value to a numerical representation before the comparison is made. If the number entered is greater than or equal to 48, we can tell the user that they're tall enough. When you use numerical inputs to do calculations and comparisons, be sure to convert the input value to numerical representation first. The modulo operator. A useful tool for working with numerical information is the modulo operator, which divides one number by another and returns the remainder. Okay. The modulo operator doesn't tell you how many times one number fits into another, it only tells you what the remainder is. When one number is divisible by another, the remainder is 0, so the modulo operator always returns 0. You can use this fact to determine if a number is even or odd. Number equals input, enter a number, and I'll tell you if it's even or odd. Number equals int number. If number modulo 2 equals 0, so if number divided by 2 with the remainder of the number divided by 2 is equal to 0, print. Okay, so it says if number modulo 2 is equal to 0, which basically reads to if the remainder of number divided by 2 is equal to 0, then print the number is even. Else print the number is odd. Even numbers are always divisible by 2, so the modulo of a number and 2, so if the modulo of a number and 2 is 0, here if number modulo 2 is equal to 0, the number is even, otherwise it's odd. Enter a number and I'll tell you if it's odd. 42, the number is even. If the remainder is equal to 0, okay. Write a program that asks the user what kind of rental car they would like. Print a message about that car, such as, let's see if I can find you a Subaru. Oh, this is a try it yourself. What time is it? 8:30. All right. I'm actually going to go ahead and call it here, you guys. Been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. Made a lot of good progress wrapping up learning about dictionaries and nesting dictionaries and lists. But started to work on here input functions, while loops, int function, input function, like I said. Anyways, but I'm going to wrap up here on page 117 on the Try It Yourself box, 7-1. Next time, if I don't do work off stream, we'll pick up here where I left off. Making a lot of good progress so far and really understanding it. It might seem annoying that I do all of these practice problems, right? But I'm really wanting to get the hang of it, and by doing 20, 30 of these problems, I'm definitely getting good practice. I mean, look at all these. I'm getting good practice for sure. So that's always the goal of this. I'm not here to blaze through it. I'm not here to just skim through it. I'm here to learn it and retain it because I don't want to just do this in vain and forget it in 6 months. I want to utilize this for the rest of my career and really remember it and put it to work. So, anyways, thanks for joining me today. If anyone else was out there and is joining me, this has been Python Crash Course, 3rd edition, finishing up chapter 6 and beginning chapter 7.